Hey YouTube, this is Zach, and welcome to my new Let's Play series here on YouTube. And it's been a few weeks since my last one because my video capturing software, HyperCam 3, was refusing to work. So I decided to start up a new one, and go back to finishing up all my old ones as well. So I thought if I wanted to do a new one, why not go back and do one of my favorite Game Boy games of all time, and definitely my favorite movie-based game ever, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban for the Game Boy Advance. Movie-based games generally suck, and while the first 5 Harry Potters were really good on the respective consoles, I've heard that the last 3 weren't very good. I don't own the last 3, I only own this one and the first one on Game Boy, the second one on GameCube, and then the 4th and the 5th ones on DS, and they were all really good. This one was easily my favorite, mainly because it's very different than the other ones. The other ones were either battle-based or adventure-based. And this one is a bit of both, but it's an RPG with turn-based battles and everything. And with one of the best New Game Plus modes, which is, for those of you who don't know what that means, it's what happens after you beat the game. You can redo the game at a harder difficulty. And in a good New Game Plus, it'll give you something else on top of that to make it that much better. And in this one, they give you one of the sweetest rewards you can get, which I'll get into later once the game starts. So yeah, while I own this on the Game Boy, and I've beaten it quite a few times, it's been many years since I played it, and I downloaded it on the computer because otherwise I'd have no way to record it. So, yeah. There isn't going to be too much story, but while there is, like here, and since there's no voice acting for any of the characters, I'll just be doing the voices. Definitely not professional, so don't exactly expect award-winning reading, but whatever. Harry Potter had really had enough. Enough of his Uncle Vernon and Aunt Petunia, who more than enough of his cousin Dudley. Next moment, he was out in the dark street. To me, that seems a bit grammatically incorrect, but whatever. Quite by accident, he caught the night bus to Diagon Alley, which skidded to a halt outside a small and shabby pub called the Leaky Cauldron. And here we are, Harry Potter in all his glory.
There you are, Harry.
Hello.
I am Cornelius Fudge, Harry, the Minister for Magic.
Hello, Mr. Fudge. Have you had any luck with catching Sirius Black yet?
What's that?
Sirius Black, the murderer who killed 13 people with a single curse and who recently escaped from Azkaban prison? That seems like a very, very, very run-on question right there.
Oh, that's Sirius Black. Well, no, not that one. We caught about 5 others, but, you know. But it's only a matter of time. The Azkaban guards have never yet failed, except for that time where they let said person escape. Now allow me to escort you to your room. Follow me closely. We don't want you getting lost.
Alright, thank you. So, yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit of reading, sadly. I mean, I don't mind reading, but still. So, before we go with him, we have to collect, well, you don't have to, but I do. You receive Helga Hufflepuff Collector's Card. Collector's Cards are used in combination with other Collector's Cards as special attacks in battle. And it does use them up, so you only want to use them when you need to. It's a very, very cool feature. And it makes collectibles actually mean something, which I really like. Here, Harry, take these Collector's Cards. They might help you during a magical encounter. Thank you, Minister. I'm not even gonna bother trying to pronounce those names. The Denver, Devlin, and Cyprian Collector's Cards. So yeah, like I just said, it'll allow you to use special attacks in battle. So Hagrid just gave him a present. It's a book, the Monster Book of Monsters. Uh-oh. So our first ever magical encounter, and it's against a book. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for a grand adventure. So, I'm not going to bore you with all this because it's pretty self-explanatory, but, you know, help gives you tips in battle. This is what you save information on monsters in battle, which you don't normally write them down unless you use this, which is a special spell that I don't think Harry can use. Either that or, no, I think he can use it, but you just can't use it here because this is the only time you ever fight this monster, so it's kind of pointless to write it down. Flee, obviously you can run away from battles, but you can't do it against boss monsters like this. Use items, pretty self-explanatory, HP or MP or status healing. Special moves, this is the thing where you can use this. their ultimate moves, except for Special, which is the New Game Plus, which, if you don't want to be spoiled, then plug your ears now, but once you beat the game and go back, obviously, like I said, all the monsters are much more difficult, but you get this special card, which you can use, I think, either outside of battle or inside of battle to give all your players, you, Hermione, and Ron, just an insanely larger amount of hit points. So yeah, hit points and attack and stuff, and it's like awesome. So you can like mow down enemies even though they're more difficult. It's like it's a perfect balance of like difficulty and stuff. So yeah, I've played this game quite a lot. So when you attack, these are the only 3 spells that Harry starts with: Flipendo, Vertimillious, and Incendio. And next to each one it says MP. So let's just go ahead and start with Incendio Uno. And as it says Uno, you can probably tell that it can be leveled up a few times. Each spell, I think, can be leveled up a maximum of 8 times, but, I mean, not 8. That would be insane. I just read 8 damage. It can be leveled up 3 times each. And it definitely gives you variety. On top of the fact that each character gains their own experience and stuff. So School Robe, Sickles, as in money. And, yeah, it's just telling us how to equip items. Harry's telling us to go to bed. And, yeah, let's just skip that clock. So, how to equip the item? Start, status, equip, cloak. Now we got 3 extra defense points. Bada bing, bada boom. So, let's go ahead and collect this. Albus Dumbledore Collector's Card. Good, good, good. And this chest right here I missed when I was a kid because, I mean, obviously you're supposed to be going downstairs, and I don't think that you can ever go back upstairs after this, or maybe you can. But I do remember that there's like a chest somewhere in this building where I just completely missed it. And if that's not it, then I'll probably miss it myself. Because yeah, it's been many years since I played this.
Harry, how are you?
Fine, thanks, Mrs. Weasley.
Hello, Harry.
I didn't have anything else to say, but I just felt like entering the conversation. Sue me. Hey, Harry, so you managed to make it through the summer? Just about, Ron. Have you heard from Hermione lately? I just saw her in Diagon Alley. She was talking about buying a cat. Speaking of pets, how's your rat Scabbers? He's been a bit off color ever since I brought him back from Egypt. Why don't you give him a dose of rat tonic? I don't have any rat tonic left. Maybe the innkeeper Tom has some. Tell you what, I'll go and ask him. So, just gonna go ahead and skip this conversation, because I'm too lazy to read it. But basically what he's doing is just telling us to go into the basement to find some of said rat tonic. So that's our first mission, ladies and gentlemen, is to look through his cellar to find some rat tonic. I'm assuming that it's like a potion for healing, but it really sounds poisonous to me. Where's that bottle hiding? So just like Tom said back there, which, I mean, I skipped, so you probably couldn't manage to read it. End of the dungeon right there. But we can't obviously get by that. You can use Lumos, which is Harry's other overworld spell currently. You press R and L to scroll through his spells up there in the left-hand corner. So, Lumos it is. Oh yes, first level. What a beautiful thing. Alright. You gonna go away? Okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually skip the animation that some of these spells have. Can you go through here? Locked. Yeah, I didn't think you would be able to. Alright, so, one thing I do like about this is that there's no random encounters per se, because you can see all the enemies on the map, which is a nice touch. I know some RPGs do that, but a lot of them don't, and it's really, I'm really glad that they have that on here. Just fair warning though, a lot of these battles might get a little bit tedious because I can't always use the higher level spells like Incendio and Vermilion because... Is it Vermilion? No, I don't think it's Vermilion. What is the spell called? Whatever. You know, the green one. Because it costs MP, which you'll really need for the bosses and stuff. And as such, I'm going to be using a lot of Flipendo, which is going to take a while to get rid of these guys. Vertimillious, this one. So, I mean, I'll use it occasionally because, I mean, you get filled up when you level up. So, for a while, it's not that bad. But by the time that we get out of this dungeon, it's... Yeah, I'm gonna have to really hope that I have enough to take down the boss, because for our first boss, I mean, I really don't count the book as the first boss. Then it's not the easiest thing in the world, I don't think, if I remember correctly.